There's a legacy banking crypto ecosystem that is emerging, and spoiler alert, your altcoin is not powering it. Here's why. Welcome back, everyone. I figured we would switch gears today. We have been talking a lot about the ETF, and I mean, that is pretty much all that there is all over mainstream media is just the hype around the ETF. So I figured we'd switch gears, take a look at essentially how the banking system is putting together their own crypto ecosystem. And obviously not a surprise to Bitcoiners, it's not your shitcoin that's powering it, okay? Doesn't surprise us, but it's going to surprise you. Anyways, did a clip about this. The first news releases that came out about this last week. I'll link to that in this clip so that people can take a look at that one. But let's dive into it. World Bank issues first digitally native note on Luxembourg Stock Exchange. The basis for this issuance was Corda, R3's digital ledger technology platform that offers a sustainable infrastructure for digitally native notes. That's right. Everything is sustainable today. I find it so cringe that we as humans just accept this terrible language. I've mentioned this before. When I worked in corporate America, I'd sit in these meetings and all I would hear is this just dreadful circle jerk language, and everyone just rubbernecking and bobbing their heads and, oh, what he said is so good. It's so good. Anyways. All right, let's continue. In a first, the World Bank has listed the first digital native security or digital native note on the Luxembourg Stock Exchange. The 100 million euro DNN listed on the Luxembourg Stock Exchange is a key element of a more extensive endeavor to create a sustainable digital infrastructure for DNN issuance. The issuance happened through the involvement, and this goes to the clip that we talked about that I actually did last week, Citi's issuer service in the role of the issuing and paying agent, while TD Securities acted as the dealer. Now, you will notice right away, as I'm discussing this, we're hearing TradFi names that are not shitcoin companies. Oh my gosh, and they're not shitcoin projects. Oh my gosh, what a surprise. And not only that, but the technology that they're using, Corda and R3, all of that is legacy money. It's hilarious. I'm not seeing any. I'm not seeing any of the Ripple network. I'm definitely not seeing any of that. Anyways, let's continue. I know I have a little too much fun dumping on the shitcoiners, but it's just because when I came to this space, I got grifted by a lot of this crap. Okay, I was like, yeah, of course. Why would they make their own? When they can just use technology that's already there? You need to understand banking, and you need to understand how important their moat and the control of their ecosystem is. And once you do, you realize how all of these shitcoins are never going to add up to anything except for just essentially hype and pump and dump schemes. Anyways, I will continue. The basis for this issuance was Corda, R3's digital ledger technology platform. Euroclear's DFMI connects with its conventional settlement platform for secondary market activities on the DNN. This further signifies a noteworthy achievement in the global financial markets digital evolution. Citi Security Services oversees assets valued at around US $28 trillion, providing custody, administrative, and trust services. The institution offers cross-border support combined with local market proficiency, innovative post-trade technologies, and an extensive array of security services solutions. Because words. Luxembourg Exchange views the listing of digital securities as a natural progression and a testament to its broader endorsement of digital securities. In 2022, the Luxembourg Exchange also achieved the distinction of being the first exchange in the EU to admit digital securities issued by Société Générale and its securities official list, known as Lux SE SOL. It's kind of funny. I don't know why, but it seems that a lot of people in this seeing SOL just made me think of Solana, made me think of shitcoins. Then it just made me remember, right? SOL stands for shit out of luck. So I wouldn't want to use that acronym or that ticker, knowing what it means to everybody in the real world. Anyways, it extended this achievement by accepting 3 digital securities issued by the European Investment Bank, among them the world's pioneering digital climate awareness bond. That If that doesn't sound like bullshit, I don't know what does. Climate awareness bond? How do they measure this awareness exactly? Lux SE anticipates that the widespread adoption of distributed ledger technology will considerably improve global debt capital markets, yielding cost reductions, expediting processes, and enhancing transparency, thereby benefiting market participants. Okay. So that all sounds absolutely wonderful. And to no surprise for the Bitcoiners, yeah, they're not building on your altcoin. They're not. But let's go take a look at Corda for a second. When it comes to legacy banking likes to maintain its moat, right? And it also likes to maintain its control. Okay, so let's take a look at Corda. Capitalize on the new digital economy, transact openly and securely at scale and across networks, all within their own walled garden. The leading blockchain platform powering the tokenization of traditional financial assets and currencies. The next generation of Corda delivers on R3's promise of enabling a connected network of regulated networks. So guys, there's a shitcoin that's made by Bruce Fenton called Raven. And essentially what was going to happen with Raven was, hear me out, okay? Securities would be issued on the Raven blockchain, and that would cause, essentially, when you issue a security, the Raven blockchain or the network has to burn Raven tokens, creating scarcity. Why aren't they, I don't understand. Why didn't the Luxembourg exchange use Ravencoin? They already have this whole infrastructure. Strange that they just built their own thing so they can control it. Who would have seen this coming? Sometimes you really got to wonder about the shitcoiner logic. This is an interesting part of the of Corda. Okay, this is R3, and let's take a look at this. Okay, the blockchain is a once in a generation innovation. That's not true. Okay, slow databases are not a once in a generation innovation, although digital scarcity, that is a once in a generation innovation. The fact that we solved the Byzantine generals problem, that is also in the digital realm, that is also an innovation. Anyways. And proof of work, of course, is the innovation, right? Tying this digital world, tethering it, no pun intended, to the physical world. That is innovation. Slow databases, not so innovative. Anyways, let's continue. That's going to move industries away from siloed processes and foster interconnected public and private networks. That's why we're actively engaged in proof of concepts that show non-traditional assets coming securely into and out of a regulatory compliant Corda-based network. Now, what's fantastic, right, is that obviously you guys could see that there's the little crappy Ethereum logo over here. So, of course, Ethereum, as we all know, is completely captured, right? There's the Ethereum Foundation. We've got members, we've got a member of the World Economic Forum that sits on the board of the Ethereum Foundation. We also have people from the World Economic Forum who have cheered Ethereum being the closed system that it is, and of course, having the massive pre-mine that it did. And knowing that Consensus is mostly owned by JP Morgan, and Consensus also owns Infura and MetaMask, essentially the whole entire ecosystem of Ethereum. So the reason why I'm explaining all of this is because I find it absolutely hilarious that they're showing us the interoperability, right, with the public networks. Like, guys, Ethereum is a capture tool, okay? It's proof of stake now. So all that has to happen is somebody just has to continue staking more and more and more. That's all there is to it. And they continue to gain more and more power on the network. That's all there is. This is game over. Okay? It's completely game over for Ethereum. They just don't know it is. But anyways, the point is that they're showing you, all right, what's happening is that they're saying, hey, look, we're open. We're open to working with these other networks. Notice how they're not talking about Bitcoin though, right? They're showing you other permissioned crap that they are willing to play with. That's all. So I wanted to take a look at this R3 stuff a little bit more, and I thought that this was actually pretty funny. Building a connected network of regulated networks. And this part right here, bringing secure enterprise blockchain interoperability and optionality to regulated institutions. So guys, in case you didn't understand, they're building an intranet. The bankers are simply building the same fiat system they have right now, but with digital rails and with a tweak to the language so that people will have the idea that they're operating in a different environment, but really you're operating within the exact same walled garden, you're operating with the exact same censorship, and you're operating with the exact same traditional finance control over all of the levers. And indeed, this particular walled garden keeps them, traditional banking, as the gatekeepers. Anyways, they're not going to use your altcoin, okay? They may allow your altcoin to be transacted with, but in no way, shape, or form are they going to be building anything on top of it. The only thing they are going to do is build their own garden, and they are going to build it with their rules, and they're going to build it with the tokens that they can control. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Like, subscribe, help the channel grow. I will catch you guys all tomorrow.